Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the sixth race of the 2018 NRSL Manadoo for the Win Cup Series. We're here at Martinsville, 125 laps of racing. This is the first no caution flag race. Other tracks that include something like this happening would be a road course. This is the only oval we go to my memory, that we do such a thing because Martinsville is a death trap. And as soon as you line up those cars for a restart, the wrecks just keep coming. That's no fun. That's no fun for me. So to allow a funner race experience, it goes green from start to finish. Yep, so it's not as realistic, but it's funner, and it makes things interesting because we did have some wrecks at the start of last year's race, and things got crazy. DJ Kurtis ended up being the winner of that event. Starting on the pole for today's race is Seth Cole, who has shown some speed this season, has not gotten the W yet, probably going to join the likes of Johnny Garner and Deanna Jones as the championship favorites. Now, Seth currently resides 5th in the point standings. So definitely a championship caliber car here. Starting to his right is the 83 Audi of Nate Rogers. Nate won a short track race last year at Richmond. Could be looking to get another one here today. He starts second. Row 2 is two rookies, John Nunn, Kev Shear, have shown some good speed. Austin Alves, Charles Jackson. Jackson showing some speed last week. That's row 3. Jessica Shelton and Cole Deaver, another pair of rookies, are in row 4. With Dylan Young and Caleb Hoffman in row 5, you can see DJ Kurtis back here starting in 12th. That is your defending race winner. And we are going to go trackside for the command to fire engines on this beautiful Virginia day.
Y'all come say it with me. Drivers, start your engine!
Another notable driver starting close to the front is the 88 of Alex Ferranti. Just noticed him. He is starting down there on the inside of DJ Kurtis in 11th. Ferranti has had some good runs, but his finishes have not showed those good runs as he is currently 42nd on the standings with 54 points, 9 behind 41st in the standings. So Ferranti definitely going to be looking to improve. He's got a good starting spot. It is short track. Pit stops could get crazy here. We should at least see a one cycle of green flag pit stops. As the green flag is out, we're on the way, and it looks like the 24 of Amato did not really get going in the back. Nate Rogers actually beat Seth Cole to the line. As you can see, they are 3 wide in the back. Seth Cole running the bottom will lead the first lap, and there was a spin, it seems. Mark Riggleman with damage. James Shelley is smoking it up. He's going down pit road. It looks like the one car's day might be over. Yep, he's pitting. Riggleman's down pit road. Here's last week's winner, Fitzwater Sr. Oskin's got some damage. That's Samet Oskin, who's actually from somewhere else. I was saying in Switzerland, and I think he said he's from Sweden or the other way around. Oh, and there's more trouble on the front stretch. Big wreck. Rowe's in it. Sands is in it. Oh, Tony Green's in it. Nico Tringali's got heavy damage, and this is what we were talking about. We had something like this happen last year. Kurtis is involved. Here come the leaders. See 3 wide action there. Alves, Shelton. Seth Cole is still the race leader. Ferranti's down there on the bottom. Quentin Moore. There's Daytona winner Andrew Rich. Things starting off crazy. You see Osborne here, another winner who, this is our Vegas winner, running right behind Rowe. He's going to make a move to the inside. That's for position. Lots of cars coming down and out of pit road. Cody Hagan with damage. Tringali's going to come down. Zach Flickinger's got damage. Zach Rogers is on pit road. There's another car on pit road. Who's that? That's Philip Parker. Sorry for all the camera changing. Deanna Jones with some damage. Right now they're going to single file it out. Hartnett making a move on Sorlin. That's for 19th. Parker will come back out on the racetrack. Falls. There's Matthew McIntyre, who's been our top rookie so far this season. There's Gardner. Gardner got a win at Chicago. He's shown speed. He's currently 15th. Here's a motto. Nate Rogers continuing the fallback. Deaver. Kev Shear's going to make it 3 wide. That's with Jackson and Shelton. And ooh, contact, contact, contact. They're rubbing, they're rubbing. 3 wide into turn 1. Martinsville ain't the place for 3 wide. It is for a top 10 position. Andrew Rich in 7th, Dylan Young 6th, Quentin Moore 5th. John Nunn getting held up. He was 2nd. Now Flickinger's going to hold him up. Quentin Moore on a good running. He's been running just with the Racing with Jesus car past few weeks, trying to get some sponsorship there. As they are 3 wide again. That's Nunn, Flickinger, and Rich. Ooh, I don't like what I'm seeing, guys. 3 wide ain't really meant for short tracks. Moore beating and banging, and oh, Dylan Young. Kev Shear make contact. They saved it somehow. Unbelievable. They just, usually that causes a wreck anywhere else, but they're going slow enough. They were able to save it. Damage to the 38 car though, but he's in 7th place. That was crazy. But Rich doing good, looking good. Ferranti's up to 2nd. Seth Cole continues to lead this race. As we were saying, Ferranti has been showing speed. He had speed at Vegas. He had speed at Chicago. He had speed at Auto Club. But none of those races have resulted in good finishes for this 88 car. So probably looking to do it today. And as we mentioned, Quentin Moore in the 34. Running that car. He is currently 36th in the point standings. They're trying to win back their sponsors. They had a 1-race deal with Daytona. And they're trying to win some sponsors back. Tide has been rumored to be in talks with this 34 team as another sponsor, which I cannot recall the name. It looks like there was a backstretch incident. Nico Tringali running around without the hood. Let's see, has anybody dropped out of the race? And yes, James Shelley did indeed retire. He did not want to run around here slow as all hell. Yeah, there's Mark Riggleman with the backhand damage. Not the race he wanted. This is Martinsville, guys. It gets loco. You can see Flickinger running around with a decent amount of damage. You might want to go down and get that repaired. Shelton now outside the top 10. Gardner up to 13th. Goldberg is 12th right now. Last car in the top 10 is Nate Rogers. Battle for 7th place between Dylan Young and John Nunn. Looks like Nunn will hold on to 7th for now. Shear falls back to currently in 6th. Now Andrew Rich made the pass. He is up to 3rd place right now, but Quentin Moore does not want to give that spot up easily. Ferranti trying to get by lap car Peter Sands, who had the freshest rubber last week at Auto Club, went from 19th to end up finishing 5th. Had a good shot at the win, but couldn't get it done. Fitzwater ended up edging Tony Green by a nose. Closest finish so far this season. Speaking of battles for the leads, here comes Ferranti right behind Seth Cole. And he's got a fast race car, man. He has been flying up here. Cole did get the pole, but it looks like Ferranti, who started 11th, got the fastest machine. But Quentin Moore is right on his back bumper. He seems to got a good car on there driving him today, and he's going to make the dive for 2nd. And he's going to take the dive for 2nd, and he's going to go right for the lead as they catch Alexander Rowe. And Quentin Moore just drove right around 2 cars in a whole lap. And now he's going to go low on Rowe. So Quentin Moore in the Racing with Jesus car, showing that he wants to be in the hunt for the championship. Now Seth Cole just cutting in front of Ferranti to get underneath the 41. I think Ferranti knows he's faster than Seth Cole, but I don't know. Quentin Moore, that guy is flying away from the leaders, the rest of the field. Not the leaders, the rest of the field. Fastest lap time goes to Oskin in the 22. Quentin Moore is 5th on that list. Seth Cole is not in the top 10. In fact, he's 35th on the board for fastest lap times. It's amazing he's still up here in 2nd. I guess maybe that pole was luckiness. But Ferrante, 9th on that board. Fitzwater's actually 2nd quickest. That 43 car is currently in 24th place. Multiple cars laps down. Peter Sands actually passing Ferrante there. Ferrante looking for 3rd now. Ooh, Rich was maybe going to look for 3rd, but Alves gets under him for 4th. Quentin Moore is just driving away. He's gaining about 3/10 a lap over Seth Cole. Wow, that's a 34 car. I did not realize they had that much horsepower under that hood today. Austin Alves completes the move on Ferrante for 3rd place. Alves through 5 races in the season. Currently 6th in the points. Speaking of the points, entering today's race, Deanna Jones with a 3-point lead over Johnny Gardner. Tony Green 3rd in the points. Dylan Young 4th. Seth Cole 5th. Rest of the top 10. Al, Shelley obviously already retired. He's going to drop. Sands, Rowe, and McIntyre. That's the top 10 entering today in the point standings. Of course, some of those drivers are bound to drop. Speaking of Johnny Gardner, currently in 13th place, trying to get his way around Alexander Rowe. Meanwhile, Deanna Jones is in 27th, so there will definitely be, at this moment, a new points leader heading into the race at Texas next week, which, by the way, Texas is a 101 lap event. Hopefully it'll join the likes of Atlanta and Chicago as a caution-free race. Remember, Auto Club was a debris yellow, also known as a phantom caution. So technically 3, officially 2. Martinsville will not be counted as we have had a wrecks. Coming around the complete lap, 29. Here's another driver who's not having the best day. That's Tony Green in 34th. As Flickingshirt gets caught up again. Now he has been a big root of a lot of problems, as now Alves will use him to help get to the inside of Seth Cole, who has been pretty much holding up this whole pack. And Alves will move up to 2nd place. Ooh, Sanford with some evasive maneuvers is going to jump right up in front of Seth Cole. Up to 3rd place now is the 03 team of Sanford. Sanford's team experienced technical issues at Atlanta. Ended up finishing that race very poorly. But right now the 03 car sits 39th in the point standing, so right now having a really good run. This could really help this team out getting to top 5. Rich is going to pass Seth Cole for 4th, and now it looks like the 42 team is faltering back after leading some laps. Nate Rogers has worked his way back up through the field. He was outside of the top 10 after starting in 2nd. Now he is back up to 5th as Rich will battle Sanford for 3rd. And yep, the battle is there. It looked like Sanford got a good enough run to clear back. And Andrew Rich will clear the 03 car, as now Nate Rogers will lift his inside. Quentin Moore has pulled out to a 4.5 second lead over 2nd place. That man is gone. Kev Shear up here in 7th. He'll be fighting for a position there as Goldberg is trying to pass Ferrante. Right now 10th place belongs to Dylan Young. Oh, and contact there between James Qualls and Charles Jackson. Right at the entry of the corner now. Gardner is almost 3 wide with John Nunn. Calls put the bumper to him. That was for 11th place. Jackson falls back an extra 2 positions to 14th. And maybe more. Shelton now battling for that 14th position to his inside. See, the big gap between 16th and 17th is slowly shrinking as TJ Hanley, John Arndt, Eli Bright, they're closing in. Cole Deaver was up there. Now he's all the way back here in 20th. Quentin Moore right on the back bumper of Zach Rogers. Would be looking to put him a 4th lap down. Would be joining the 78. But Rogers seems to be holding himself along pretty well beside some other damaged cars as Flickinger has finally made his way down pit road. We are approaching lap 40 now. I said this is definitely a one-stop race. I'm not sure. It could be a 2-stopper. Last season, I believe when we came here, was a 100-lap event. And I believe it was a 2-stop race. I'm not 100% sure. But all the drama and the action happened at the beginning of the race. Quentin Moore has been driving away. 32 cars on the lead lap. But the rest of the field just cannot keep up. So this is definitely Quentin Moore's race to lose. If anybody else, if something happens to Quentin Moore, I think the race opens up. But it looks like Rich right now is driving away as there goes Sorlin down pit road. Tony Green's down there. We could be looking at a first round of pit stop, so it could be a 2-stop race. But Andrew Rich driving a little bit away from Al Sanford. Nate Rogers is in 5th right now. Quentin Moore and Seth Kohler, the only 2 drivers to lead laps so far today. Could have a battle for 3rd here as Sanford will stick his nose under the 16. Kev Shearer just passed by Nate Rogers for 5th place as Tony Green returns to the racetrack. Sanford not letting Alves. Alves not letting it be easy, and it looks like Sanford will clear the 16 for 3rd position. And right now your top 5 as it stands, 3 Fords, a Dodge, and a Chevy. As Sorlin will return to the racing track. Seth Cole has fallen multiple positions, and it looks like we have pit stops because Seth Cole has faltered a lot of positions. Ferranti has dropped a ton. So Ferranti and Seth Cole going down. There goes Andrew Rich. 2nd place driver heading down pit road, coming on lap 45. Quentin Moore, I've got no sign that he's pit yet. Sanford moves up the 2nd. Looks like he'll come down. Ooh, Kev Shearer's trying to pit, and he just put Sorlin right in the wall. I'm not sure if that was an unsafe entry, though, by the 38. He did not exactly hit the cone line. Looks like almost everybody's coming down as Ferranti's coming out. Still not seen if the 34 made it down pit road or not. I would assume so. Yep, he's on pit road. So Quentin Moore definitely got down to pit road. Now, even if Moore were to get in traffic, as long as he could get around people, I feel like he's got the fastest car. I really want to see how Ferranti cycles around here because he pit when nobody was on pit road, and that can be the difference here. Pitting with a ton of cars on pit road sometimes tends to make you lose ground. And as you can see, there's Quentin Moore. Look at this. Ferranti passes by Alves. Quentin Moore is now within sight. So a very good move to gain a lot of time. You see that 5 seconds Ferranti gained by pitting with nobody on pit road. Quentin Moore will remain the race leader. So we complete our first cycle of pit stops coming to lap 49. And there it is official. Quentin Moore still the race leader. Ferranti in second though is making a hard charge. Third place Austin Alves, fourth Sanford, fifth is Andrew Rich. Seth Cole, Kev Shearer, Johnny Gardner, Nate Rogers, and Matthew McIntyre. That is the rest of your top 10. We're going to step aside for a little break and we'll come back for the conclusion of the event. And we are back here from Martinsville Speedway looking at the pit lane 1 camera. And it is really remarkable when you look at the point standings that 2 drivers, actually 4 drivers, the bottom 4 drivers in the point standings, Sanford 39th, Goldberg, actually no wait, I'm wrong, hang on. Okay, 5 of the bottom drivers in the point standings. You've got Quentin Moore 36 in points, leading this race. Alex Ferranti's 42nd in points, he's in second. Sanford 39th in points is in the top 10. Kev Shearer 41st, he's in the top 10. John Nunn 38th, he's having a good run. And the battle is on for the lead. Ferranti has tracked down Moore despite the Moore having a few lap newer tires as they catch the 19 of Zach Rogers. But yeah, Sanford 4th place, Shearer 7th. See Ferranti running a little bit higher off the apex. That's costing him some time as Moore gets around Zach Rogers. 2 Mountain Dew cars, look at that. 2 amazing looking paint schemes on track at the same time. Austin Alves has a decent gap from 3rd to 4th. Pretty much everybody else is right on top of each other. 27 cars remain on the lead lap after the 6 pit stops, and I wanted to point something out. Charles Jackson was running up at the top of the field, and we talked about pitting with a lot of people on pit road. This is the kind of stuff that can happen. 35th, the 11 car now runs. So Jackson not getting what he wanted. There is the 11 car. You can see clearly about to maybe go another lap down. Quentin Moore gets up there. Now Alex Gray runs 36th, first car 2 laps down. And he is right on the back bumper of Alex Ferranti. And Ferranti, oh, the door's there. Opening's there. Quentin Moore is starting to pull a bit away. And there it is. There's the move. Gray is going to get underneath the 88. And Ferranti's going to shut the door on him. And nope, there it is again. Gray now dead even side by side. And look at how much time Ferranti loses here. About a whole 1/10 and a half. He's going to let Gray go by. Now he retains 2nd place. He's going to get a huge run here. Oh, but he continues to enter the corner up high. Austin Alves in 3rd now. He has to worry about that 16 machine. Ferranti gets the run. He'll hold 2nd for now, but oh, he's gonna get a little intimidation there from the 16. Ferranti ducks back down in 2nd. Quentin Moore still pulling away. Gray though not letting him out of his sight. You might see the 34 get put up high here, and I think that's why Alves and Ferranti are racing so hard. They want to be right behind the 3 car. Because they know when Moore gets put up high, the door is going to be wide open for a chance to get in front of that 34 machine. As now Alves clears the 88 for 2nd position. Remember, Ferranti did pit first out of everybody up here, so he's bound to falter a little bit. He's got a lap or 2 older tires. But to be running in 3rd for that 88 machine, after about 3 of the 5 races this season where he's shown speed to not get good finishes, this is what he wants. Remember, top 5 in points. Well, the top 4 in points, actually. top 4 in points get a lot better points payout than the rest of the field. Now, the winner gets 50 stock. Now, he leads the lap, he gets 51. He leads the most, he gets 52. Second place gets 47, third gets 45, and fourth gets 42, while fifth gets 40, and then you go down a point. So, to be up here in the top 4 is the best places that you can finish. So Moore and Ferranti definitely having a good outing here. So Sanford, remember Sanford is in 4th place. He sits right now behind the lap car of Philip Parker. Andrew Rich is in 5th. Seth Cole 6th, Nate Rogers 7th, Shearer 8th, McIntyre 9th, and Philip Goldberg 10th place. Pretty quiet though around the racetrack for the most part. And you can see Gray is running faster lap times than Quentin Moore. They are going to catch more lap traffic too. But Gray and Moore running about the same lap times. Alves is trying to pull in the 34 car. Just kind of running out of things to talk about now. We're coming to lap 70 of 125. It's been a great race so far. Looking through the field, Gardner down to 11th, Hartnett 12th, Hanley 13th, William Brock in 14th. Oh, never mind. Now Jessica Shelton up to 14th, Brock down to 15th. Dylan Young, Cole Deaver, John Arndt, John Nunn, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. up to 20th. We talked about him having a fast car today. He's up to P20. As the rest of the lead lap cars down to 18th. As Quentin Moore will catch Zach Flickinger again. Oh, and he can't really seem to get, he screwed up his line because he knows how slow the 78 is. That's going to allow Alex Gray to get to his inside, and Austin Alves is in striking distance. If Gray pushes up the 78 right in front of the, oh, he almost turned him. Now Quentin Moore's on the outside of the 78. Gray's going to continue to push the 78. Moore is not having any of this. He does not want to lose the lead. He tries to get down in behind Gray. He can't seem to do it. Gray is still right on the bumper of Flickinger. And there he goes. He turned him. Right into Austin Alves he goes. Flickinger, no one hits him. Gray, no one's hitting him either. Oh, Flickinger's trying to get back on the track. Oh, contact with Kev Shear. That got crazy. In a heartbeat, Alex Gray falled a ton of positions. Damage to the 16 of Austin Alves, though. You can see the damage on his left door. That could have been a lot bigger than it was, though, because if the field wasn't single file behind them, somebody would have gone in there too wide and had nowhere to go. But Flickinger showing that his car is so slow that Alex Gray was trying to tell him, you need to get off the track, man. Alves still right behind Moore, though. Ferranti now doesn't have to worry about any lap cars. DJ Kurtis approaching them from behind. But it was bound to happen eventually. We saw it a whole lap before Flickinger held it on. It almost caused a giant bottleneck with Quentin Moore. But this is what Alves and Ferranti need to do, because they know, Ferranti knows he will be pitting a few laps earlier. He is going to get out in front with nobody on pit road. Moore and Alves will have to deal with traffic. So it's going to get interesting after this second pit cycle. Flickinger remains on the surface. DJ Kurtis currently runs 28th. I believe he is the first car. Yep, he is the first car lap down. And Philip Goldberg has actually made his way up to 6th place. So props to the Truck Series champion, putting this 18 car into a good run. Now he is 40th in points, so there are a lot of drivers up here at the top of the field that are getting good runs that have not had good runs so far this season. And it's going to definitely shake up the point standings heading into Texas. Lap 84 of 125, we should see our second and final stops coming here soon in the next 10 laps, maybe 5 laps, maybe less. Yep, somebody's down pit road, and that is Flickinger. And here he comes out of pit road, right in front of Alex Ferranti. Actually, no, right beside Austin Alves. And Alves saw what happened to him last time, and that's not going to make him happy. Ferranti trying to get under the 16. That's for second. This is going to allow Moore to pull away just a little bit. Al's trying to drop back down in front of the 88, but he can't do it. Now Sorlin, we see heading down pit road. That is the 4 of Tony Green down pit road as well. Ferranti will clear Alves for second. And Flickinger actually has fresher tires in the middle of the corner. He's about to wreck the leader right there. And Quentin Moore comes down. Ferranti and Alves are actually going to follow him in. And it looks like most of the lead lap cars are going to go, except for Kev Shearer. And I believe Hartnett also on the lead lap. So the 38 and the 20 stay out. All the leaders coming down, though. So Shearer will become the 3rd different driver to lead a lap here today. Now him and Hartnett will come down pit road. Michael Amato will remain out on the racetrack. He will become the 4th different driver to lead a lap. So now we're seeing a little different strategy going on. Quentin Moore's coming out of pit road. Ferranti's right there behind him. No sign of Austin Alves. They might have got stuck trying to repair some of that door damage. Oh, and there's a wreck! Cole Deaver's around. Quentin Moore hit the grass. That's going to cost him a lot of time. John Nunn seems to have been involved, but Deaver and Nunn with a wreck going into turn 3. And now they've cycled it around. Quentin Moore back in the race lead. Ferranti in 2nd. No sign of Alves anywhere for the top 10. We'll see them cycle around. Moore first, Ferranti 2nd, Seth Cole is now 3rd, Andrew Rich 4th, Hartnett 5th, Sanford 6th, TJ Hanley 7th, William Brock 8th, Nate Rogers 9th, and Philip Goldberg is 10th. Alves fell all the way down to 17th. So fixing that door damage really ain't worth it. "23 cars are on the lead lap here as we enter the final stages of the race. Now John Nunn is currently the lap down car between him and Ferranti. Let's see where Flickinger is. There's Alex Gray getting back by the 78. And I mean, the majority of the drama is right here around this car because he is literally the slowest car on the track. And when we get to the end of the runs, you'll really see it because he pits so much earlier than the lead lap cars that he has much more worn tires than they do. Zach Rogers down pit road. Quentin Moore trying to find the way to get around the 41 of Alexander Rowe. Ferranti gaining a little ground there. Nunn is in front of him, so the 9 must be going faster as well. But even if Ferranti does not get the W, it is an amazing thing for him to finally get the good run he needed. He has shown he has speed. He's up here in second. Looking at your points picture, Johnny Gardner sits in 12th place. Deanna Jones in 28th. So Gardner should become the points leader, as Quentin Moore will take his way around Alexander Rowe, putting the 41 3 laps down. Come around to complete lap 98. Under 30 laps to go here in this race. Hoffman 23rd, last car on the lead lap. Diego Yepes. There's Charles Jackson, still 32nd. Austin Alves, we see losing more spots to Fitzwater up to 17th place. Tringali without a hood. Him and he actually holds pretty decent pace. Flickinger is really the main car of concern. He's got front and back end damage, as Gardner is starting to lose some positions. Joshua Osborne has been keeping his fight in it. He was in one of the first wrecks, but he's up to 14th. 13th now, actually, I think, because he passed Gardner. McIntyre 12th, Young 11th. Goldberg sitting here in 10th. Nate Rogers, Brock. You have Shearer has lost his top 10 run. He is down to 30th. Sanford in 7th, though. TJ Hanley 6th. Seth Cole 5th. Andrew Rich 4th. And believe it or not, Emmanuel Hartnett is in 3rd place right now. Moore pulling away from Ferranti over a 2-second lead now. Michael Amato was the last one to stay out in pit. He is in 16th place right now. Not sure if he's gaining any ground or not. He is in a decent wad of cars there, right? Battling for top 10 positions. If the run goes long enough, you could see the 24 tires kick in maybe. He is in 16th. My tongue's broken. 16th. 20 laps to go that time. Moore is approaching a big pack of lap down cars. This could get a little interesting if he is held up a lot. But John Nunn has yet to even get by Rowe, as Ferranti still sits in 2nd place behind them. Big gap from 2nd to 3rd. Another 2nd gap from 3rd to 4th, so the top 3 may just be guaranteed to finish where they are unless we see a wreck. And Moore is going to put the 4 of Tony Green 2 laps down. Peter Sands up ahead, a lap down. Riggleman in the 26, 2 laps down. It's actually fighting Hoffman, who's in 23rd on the lead lap. And Flickinger is actually right in front of them. This could get a little dangerous. Oh, and Yepes put him in the wall. Oh, and he bounces off of Riggleman. And Moore's going to go to the outside of the 78. We've been seeing it all day. Flickinger keeps getting punted off of turn 2. That really hurt Moore's lap. And he'll lose only a, he's lucky he only lost a 10th there. He needs to get by this 78 car fast. He just can't seem to find the line to work. I think he's maybe trying to get a run off the high line. But Flickinger is really holding up Quentin Moore right now with 15 laps to go. And there it is, 5/10 for Alex Ferranti to close in. He's still got 3 cars in the way though. But if Moore can't find the way to get around Flickinger, all those lap cars will be right behind him. Quentin Moore right there, right on the back of Flickinger. Ooh, I think he's making contact. And he is. He gets into him. Moore to the outside of him is like, dude, I'm the leader. Get out of my way. Flickinger definitely not making any friends today running around with a damaged race car. And it's going to allow Tony Green to get back to his inside. Lead's gone down to under 2 seconds. Oh, Green can't quite get there. Moore's going to try to cross over, and he gets there. That's all really Moore needed to do, and he is clear sailing now. Lost about a second of his lead, but I really don't think it's going to matter. Flickinger has just been a pinball today. Ferranti finally gets by John Nunn in the 9. And Andrew Rich has actually found his way up to 3rd. Hartnett has fallen to 4th. Ferranti now gets by Rowe. Can he get to the inside of Flickinger here? Answer is yes. So Ferranti gets by all 3 of those guys. Now he's only got Tony Green in his way. Leads down to 1.64 seconds. I don't think there's enough time though. Moore also does not have to worry about lap down cars right now though. There is a decent wad right in front of him of 5 cars. But Ferranti wants to know more that, hey, you get wrecked, I'm right here. Another 10th about right there, that lap. Ferranti's really drilling at it. He's got to get by Tony Green. Ferranti's got to set himself up to get around the 4. That time by, he lost the 10th. Really, I really don't think Ferranti's got any time to get the win, but the 2nd place finish is still something he should definitely be proud of, considering where he is in the point standings. And looking at the amount of points he'll get, Ferranti would most likely jump up to around 32nd in points, I believe. Somewhere around there, that's the highest he can jump. But it'll get him out of the bottom 5. You need to be top 30 in points for the win, so Ferranti's definitely on the right track here. 5 to go, by the way. Andrew Rich is in 3rd, Seth Cole 4th, Hartnett 5th, Hanley, Sanford, Brock, Nate Rogers, McIntyre. That is your top 10. As Quentin Moore approaches Sorlin, another slow car on the day. Sorlin sits 37th, 2 laps down. It's not that slow. But it looks like Quentin Moore might get it done. Coming around, this will be 2 to go. Ferranti back to 2.3 seconds. Seth Cole has made his way up to third. Him and Rich have pulled away from the rest of the lap down cars. Hanley has now actually popped up. The 5th white flag is out here at Martinsville. So Ford won this race last season with DJ Kurtis. Kurtis not going to get the finish he wanted, but the second rookie on the year will get his first win of the season, and that will be Quentin Moore in the 34 car. Wins here at Martinsville. Ferranti gets second place. He needed that finish. Seth Cole gets third, Rich fourth, TJ Hanley fifth. Rest of the top 10 is Hartnett, Sanford, Brock, McIntyre, and Nate Rogers. As we look, there's the top 28. You can see it clearly right there. There is the rest of the finishing order. James Shelley not getting the run he wanted. Gardner ends up 15th, Jones 28th. So that'll definitely be a change in the points lead. I will see you guys next week for Texas 101 laps of racing. That is the 7th race of the season. Guys, we are a 6th of the way through the year. 20 more races until the chase. So there's still a long way to go, but good race in all to me. I think the 34's car was a little overpowered at the beginning there, but Ferranti and the others showed that, hey, we can keep up. Seth Cole rebounded to third after falling back early. Andrew Rich, Daytona winner, he gets a top 5. Hanley with a top 5, so 3 rookies in the top 5, 4 in total in the top 10. Osborne gets a 12th place finish. Looking at your other winners here, so let's see. Fitzwater gets 18th. Gardner got 15th. Osborne, we said we got 12th. Deanna Jones ended up 28th. And Rich ended up 4th. So all the winners are in this picture right here. 28th, Deanna Jones. Fitzwater, 18th. Gardner, 15th. Osborne, 12th. Rich, 4th. And Quentin Moore wins the race. So there's your 6 winners. So with that said, though, I'll see you guys at Texas. Hope you enjoy the race.